Gooning has become an epidemic that has taken over the internet and the world by storm. There's been curious cases of the gooneroo, the first goonicide.
Sir, you need to leave. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Now we got rappers gooning in public. Today, we're gonna take the time out to go over some of the craziest cases of rappers turned public gooners. It's your boy House Phone, biggest bro ENT. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's check out the gooners. Now, one of the first cases we have to talk about when speaking about public goonery is actually the reason that sparked off this series. We gotta talk about my boy, Designer. Now, some of y'all may know Designer from his hit song Panda that was released in 2015, came back out 2016. Kanye hopped on the remix. Kanye threw it on the Life of Pablo album, blew him to the next stratosphere. Now, recently, Designer has been known for blowing loads, whacking his willy 30,000 feet in the air. In April 2023, Designer was coming back from Tokyo, Japan to Minneapolis. He was accused of masturbating and exposing himself repeatedly in the first class row of his flight. He even was quote unquote given encouragement by someone on the plane. The flight attendants asked him to stop multiple times. He was even relocated to the back of the plane and monitored by 2 companions. This article is crazy. After landing, the FBI interviewed him and he quickly responded with he was brick hard because he didn't get that much coochie in Japan. A Reddit thread says a jar of Vaseline also fell into the aisle during the incident, almost indicating he had to lube up before he got going. Designer later explained he had been hospitalized overseas, placed on medication, and he hadn't been thinking clearly that day. He pleaded guilty to a federal misdemeanor of indecent exposure on an aircraft, and he was sentenced to 120 hours of community service, 2 years of probation, and a $5,000 fine. He would not be required to register as a offender, and his legal team confirmed this. Publicly, Designer expressed remorse. He said he was seeking therapy and emphasized the incident didn't match his true character. This is gonna be my whole thing, man. Designer said that he had just came off a string of shows in Tokyo. He was going through it mentally. And sometimes, he had a psychosis that led to an extreme that he had to make sure he cured that case up right there on the plane. But look, I feel like although it was very strange, but like Designer was very remorseful. He apologized. He didn't try to make up hell excuses. So for that, I feel like we gotta give Designer the benefit of the doubt. He was going through some mental health problems, man. Mental health is real, man. Y'all gotta make sure y'all stay checked up on yourself. Make sure you're taking care of yourself out there and make sure you're not choking your chicken 30,000 feet in the air, man. Let's go on to the next case. Minneapolis must be the headquarters of all the public gooners because our next case is also featured in Minneapolis. We have Danny Brown, Detroit rapper, performing in Minneapolis in 2013, where allegedly he got head on stage in front of the crowd. In April of 2013, Danny Brown was on tour with Bauer and Kitty Pryde, where allegedly during his live set, a female fan in the front row pulled down his pants and began performing oral on him while he continued to rap through the entire event, making sure not to miss a beat. Audience members tweeted in shock. Many couldn't believe what they were actually witnessing at the time. One fan tweeted, "I have seen Danny Brown get on stage in front of my eyes while performing. I'm still in shock." Another fan stated, "He didn't even stop rapping. The incident sparked online debate. Was it assault? Was it consent? What the hell really was going on? Was it performance art? We'll never know." Danny Brown was surprisingly quiet at first. Later, in a now deleted tweet, he first said, "It wasn't no it was just a little bit of mouth." He also downplayed it in interviews, seemingly trying to move forward and escape it quickly. He didn't press charges, nor did the female face any legal consequence. The rapper Kitty Pryde, who he was on tour with, was very upset and publicly criticized the whole situation. She said, "It's crazy how people think that it's funny or punk rock for someone to get on stage." She emphasized because it happened without a formal yes, that it was non-consensual. Danny Brown having a wild and unpredictable image was already very well established at this time, but this moment pushed it into controversy. There's actually still a tweet up from Kendrick Lamar in 2013 where he says, "You really just got on stage standing?" This tweet is still public to this day. You could go find that shit on Twitter. Kendrick Lamar has some way snuck his way into the public gooner lore. All right, now this case, we gotta call a spade, man. This one doesn't necessarily seem like it was Danny Brown's fault. He seems like he was in a peculiar situation. He's rapping on stage. You know what I'm saying? He trying to get his little rhymes off, and then Shorty trying to get his rocks off, you feel me? So we can't really blame Danny Brown for this one. Because how else was he supposed to react? Was he supposed to slap her in the face? Then he would have got an assault charge. You know, he kind of just had to go with the flow, man, at the moment. So, and the fact that he did miss a beat and he stayed rapping the whole time, I'm gonna have to give him an A+ in public goonery. But like I said, at the end of the day, we can't blame Danny Brown. This wasn't warranted goonery that he necessarily wanted. The goonery was bestowed upon him. So in a way, can't really fault him. You know, we can't do a story about gooning without talking about the biggest gooner in rap history, man. Kanye West, AKA Ye, AKA his new name, Ye Ye. In late August 2023, Kanye and his wife Bianca were taking a private water taxi in Venice when photos all of a sudden appeared. Kanye with his ass crack out, Bianca head and lap, and it looked like maybe some fellatio was going on, but we cannot confirm or deny. But what we can say is Ye and his wife were actually banned for life by the Venetian boat rental company that they were riding in following the incident. But it was widely believed that this was either staged or a publicity stunt. We may never know.
I guess we'll never know.
No official source has confirmed that they were actually having oral. It remains largely speculated based on the images. Even Kanye hasn't came out and publicly confirmed or deny it, but some sources say that he's alluded to it in his music. Reddit users were all over this, making jokes like bro is getting throat on a boat. Another Redditor joked, the boat operator confirmed no acts were taking place on the boat. The good thing for Kanye is that the lifetime ban was a private business decision and it had no legal ramifications. So he kind of got away scotch-free. Now this one is a wobbler because we don't necessarily know if Kanye was actually getting domed up on the water, but knowing Kanye, man, at the time he got his girl walking around, you know, with our goodies showing, I feel like at this point, we don't know. He could have been doing it for a publicity stunt. Could have just been gooned up and gooned out, ready to go. We never know, man, but regardless, Kanye's my GOAT, and sometimes you got to give the GOAT some throat while you're on a boat. Shout out to his wife, Bianca. Let's go on to the next case. One of the long lost cases of public goonery that was almost lost to time, we got to talk about The Game and India Love in the park back in 2015. In August of 2015, The Game took India Love on a little date out to the park, you feel me? They was seen cuddled up, and where things got real raunchy, there was pictures later on that came out of The Game sticking his hand between India Love's legs, making her smell it, and then eventually making her lick her fingers at the end. The incident went super viral with blogs, gossip pages, and things of that nature. The main consensus being how out of pocket it was to be having activity in a public space like a park where there's no privacy. India Love later claimed on Instagram that the whole thing was orchestrated by The Game. He called the paparazzi, enhancing the viral reach of the actual moment. There was also some speculation about how old India Love was at the time. I don't know about that. Y'all can do the math. August 15, 2015, y'all do the math. I don't know, but this was something that was kind of long lost in the public goonery sphere. Now, I will say, if they did this on purpose, if The Game called the paparazzi and was trying to like pop out with the popping girl at the time, I do think that's a grade A gooner right there, bro. You're going too far trying to make sure the public gooning gets taped and on camera and goes viral, bro. And honestly, just looking for a moment like that is like, oh, this just something just so burnt out about that, man. Now, out of all four of these cases, I need y'all to tell me in the comments, who is the most overly gooned out rapper in the universe? It's your boy House Phone. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all leave a like. Make sure y'all come back to the next video. I'll see y'all next time.